Hello, and thank you for coming to my channel. My name is Sawa, and you can say Sawa. English is Sawa. They like to cut it short. With only one A, but actually it's two A's, double A's. So, my name is Sawa, and thank you for being here with me. I am a teacher, what we call spiritual teacher, and I only teach you. I only give you food, okay? I only feed you, but I feed you spiritual, mental food, food that in spirituality, if you were actually like you were down, you didn't have any um sort of reward to look forward to, so your spirituality was very low, what will happen is when you come here on my channel and you are able to listen to the things that I feed you will realize that, oh my gosh, there's a lot of things that I didn't really pay attention to. So I bring you awareness, okay? I kind of lower my thoughts and I bring it back up. So all that I do, I call something here on my channel the S wave. Okay, it's called the S wave or the S mode. Okay, so I do the S mode a lot in my life. Everywhere I go, I do the S mode, and I think there's children out there that are like me. It's just maybe they're not discovered, right? Or me coming here to teach you, I feel like that means that there are children that are coming that are going to be like me, but even 10 times better than me in a sense. So I'm almost like the last one, but the first one. I'm born like between the 90s and the 80s, the last minute, you know. So almost like whenever God was putting all his paint together, he's like, the last end of the paint, when I have nothing to put together, let me make this baby. He just roll everybody in a ball and say, let me make this one. And then I kind of came. So I feel like a lot of kids are going to start coming up like this. Children are going to be born like this. So I am here, and whoever's here that's like me, we are only here to teach those that are to come, because those that are to come, if they are very very powerful children coming, if we don't come in a sense of shining the light onto a lot of things that are in the dark, when those children come, the old generation that we have left, the old age, is going to use their understanding to put these children that are coming up down. So people like me, it's almost like the middle ground, the game changer. When they come in, you are like, okay, let's see how theirs work for the sake of those that are coming. Because whenever people like us come, you also find out that we come at the end where there's an old system that has to be almost like re it's look, I'm gonna give you this word. A lot of people say remade, redo this. No, it's only explain it again, because people have forgot the actual meaning and the importance of what these our world, the words, things that governs us, people have literally forgot it. Okay, almost like we have lose our sense of self. So whenever you come here, I'm teaching you to gain this spiritual food that you'll be able to teach your child, your daughter, your grandchildren, great grandchildren, that are to come, so that they also maintain this sense of culture that, okay, I gotta take care of my family really good, you know. I gotta be there for my family. I have to do this, I have to do that, and I have to pay attention. I have to bring my awareness to things. I should just not live like just anyhow. Okay. Okay, guys, I appreciate you for being here on my channel. Let's go ahead and give a prayer. Whenever you come here, I give a silent prayer, and my silent prayer goes for those that could not wake up today, those that we've lost. fights, war, everything that did not agree to the essence of peace. That's what my silence always go for. So let's go ahead and give a quick peace silence prayer. Perfect. So today I have a course that I have to start tomorrow, but today we are going to go ahead and talk about how adults see things different from how children see things. You see, yesterday I was talking about the corporate world versus the small business world. You know, I don't really want to dive into the mistakes of small business because if I go in here on my channel, I think, I don't know, if somebody discover my channel, they will be like, what the heck is going on here? You know. But I actually, if I dive into the small business world, you will be shocked and say, wow, this is why the small businesses died. Okay. And if I go into the big businesses wise, you also realize that this is why they also die. But within both of them, we pointing, a whole lot of people like to point fingers at a lot of things. One is say, oh, this person did this person did that. They are pointing the finger upon themselves. But I don't want to point the finger at you. I don't want you to come to my channel and go ahead and point your finger at somebody else. My finger, I only point it up, okay? Which is, I only look up above, okay? I don't like to go sideways trying to think. I only think up and how I can continue going. And when I lift my one index finger up, guess what I say? I say the eagle stands on my shoulder, okay? So therefore, I can see far. And a lot of folks just sometimes don't understand this notion. Okay, so hold on, I'll be back. Here I am. I just made it. So, ask yourself, where did I go? I'm back. But I told you I'm going and I'll be back. You thought I was going to take 5 hours. But here I am. I'm back. Okay, so you, the way you take my words is going to be different from how I interpret things. So when I was a child, there was this gutter. It's a gutter. It's like almost like 6 blocks away from where we live. And this is where, the foreign schools, foreign students, rich kids come. They go live over there. It's like now they had that place as they had that place as a dormitory. So there's a gutter over there, and the gutter is so long. The gutter, where water and stuff come in. And I used to always say, why? Guys, I'm always saying, why do they build these gutters in front of people's homes? They are so tall and it goes real deep, you know? And every time I walk there, I'm like, I was scared of that gutter. I think every child in that neighborhood was scared of that gutter because it was too far inside. And literally, it's like last time, one, I remember every time I said, let me see how I can jump over the gutter to the other side. And I fell before in there. Quite remember I fell in there too, almost breaking my leg off. But all these gutter, and I was looking at, this is so far, this is so long. And every day, you avoid that gutter, you walk and blah blah blah. So time goes by, we kind of moved, and I came back to where the gutter is. The gutter was only like almost almost like three something, three, it's not even 3 feet, almost like two, it's the gutter was so small. So I was like, wait, why is this gutter so big when I was a child and growing up is so much? Okay, so this is what the issue comes in. You see, what happens is when I grew up, my contrast of the way I see things started bringing things forward into my vision. So everything was being pulled forward into my vision. While when I was a kid, it was pulled really far, 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 far away. Okay. So I have this experiment that I always put my finger in my face and I go all the way to the front, pointing my finger to see if anything would change in my vision. I used to do that. So this thing happens. And my mom too, she said, yeah, I was afraid of that gutter too. When I was a kid, I was like, oh my gosh, you know, this thing has been there for so long. So my daughter come home today. This is why we are preaching. My daughter come home today, said the teacher yelling at me, telling me this and that. And I was like, whoa, you see, that's what she said. Well, I don't think the teacher liked me. I don't think, and I'm trying to tell my daughter this, right? The teacher don't have to like you, okay? But as a child, she's not going to understand it. So I have a way I had to do it to her. I said, Vicky, the teacher, if you are here, guys, I could not tell my daughter this, but this is how I had to say it. So let's see what how I was going to say it as an adult. The teacher don't have to like you if I was talking to another adult. The teacher don't have to like you. Guess what? She can do whatever she wants over there. Guess what? You come in, you do your stuff, and you just leave off. She don't have to like you. And her attitude stinks. You understand? This is how an adult talk to another adult. The teacher don't have to like you. The teacher don't have to like you. You just go out there. And guess what? With the teacher, she has no right to be talking to you like that. And no, 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 no. You see, the teacher is hired under some kind of principles or directions that they must follow. And what happens with this education system is, they just like they are willing to accept everybody because they feel like you have completed a degree and you have the papers, so you qualify to be a teacher. So hey, it don't even matter who is hired. So some teachers are older, where they have actually been in that setting and they have taught about it for a long time. So they are also experience wise how to deal with little children. So like my little girl here that I have to saying, oh, I don't think so. So all of a sudden she's like, well, but grandma calling me this. And I'm like, how did grandma call you that? And I know this is what's happening. My daughter is now trying to almost make an excuse not to go to the school so that she can literally stay home and be upon laptops and joke around and do all that stuff. Meanwhile, no, you're gonna go because I don't have a babysitter. One, and I'm gonna do homeschool to you, but not right now. You gotta go over there. Go and hang around with those kids for a little bit, and afterwards you come back inside. So this is what happened. My daughter standing here saying all this about what the teacher said, and then she turned it to my grandma. So now, when she says this, you now saying, okay, how do I make it her see it? That's why I brought the God things for her to see. That when I was a kid it was so small, but now it's when I was a kid it was long, but now it's actually short. It's actually short, and it doesn't have the fear that I had, it doesn't have it. And children, when we are kids, we pose what is called fear, right? You are afraid of what your mom will say, what your mom will do to you, what your uncle will do, your grandpa will do. So as a kid, children's conversation, almost 85% of children's conversation is called this. It's called spacing or shadowing. Okay? Write this thing down. It's called shadowing of shadowing of words. Okay, what the kid does is he or she does not speak, almost like whenever you plaster something on the wall. They speak only from spacing, like the space between conversations. So as a kid, this is what how they do it. Well, I really wanted to go to the class, but I couldn't go because my shoe was hurting. So I went ahead. Okay, so remember she has already done a little circle in there. So she go from left to right and up, and she does not tell you what's in the middle. Okay? Children don't do what's in the middle. This is a form of communication that I always thought maybe somebody else know over there. It's a form of communication what children always create. It's a pattern. If children speak, you can actually look at the pattern and see how it comes. They are only doing left, right, top, left, right, top, leaving the middle space. So they literally skip. So this is a game where a lot of children have to play when they were kids. And how do you do that game? That game is written on the floor with a chalk. How do you do it? You play with one right leg, and you go 1 2 3, you open your leg, you come one back, open and get up. That's the pattern of a conversation of any child. That's how children speaks. You see, but I don't know how the people were coming up that they think that they are drawing it on the floor for children to play with, but it's not supposed to be drawn on the floor. It's a pattern that you should see when a child is speaking. So the child only done 1 2 3, two open legs. They didn't come in the middle. Okay. They now come, stand in the middle. They jump up with the legs open. They turn it around and they come back down. I don't know how you guys call it here in America, but I think it's called like the stepping hop thing on the floor. I don't know. You tell me. But that's the pattern. When I speak to every child, that's the exact pattern I see them speaking to. Okay, like okay, 1 2 3. You put your legs out. You bring it your whole self back together. You put it out again, and you turn around. It's the pattern of a child. Okay. So now that you have that down, write it down. Pattern of a child. Pattern of a child. Oh, this is my criminal justice book. The pattern of a child. Okay, let's write it down. It's called the patterns of a child's conversation. A child's conversation. And it's only the pattern that you guys have been playing with when you were kids. 1 2 3 is you do one box. And this is a game when I was a child. I love to do it because everybody get a chance to go. And I used to be the one that drew the whole house, the pattern on the floor, okay? And I'll do it right here. And then you make another big box, and then you do another one like this. So how does the pattern look? When you look at it, it only looks like what? An hourglass that something is coming out of it, or an hourglass on 3 steps. So, what is the 3 steps? Kids first start doing this. They start telling you the truth from the get go, and then they lose the truth out of fear. They bring themselves together and tell you the one that had the fear. So, they started with truth, love, and understanding. They go ahead and get rid of understanding, and they only do love and truth. So now, guess what? They put a lie in there. And now, if they put a lie in there, they have already gotten rid of love. So they stand alone in in surprise, HOS, okay, and then they go back and move forward again because you didn't react or you reacted, and then they turn themselves back around. So I don't know how you guys call it in America, but that's the conversation of a child. Oh, thank you for the ice cream. Go. I'll be back. Lock the door. Thank you. Hey, bring it. I thought it was for me. Okay, close the door. Don't get any more. Okay, guys, my daughter had to bring me some ice cream. So what happens is when the child speak like this, as a mother, you now see that the child is starting to do what's called avoiding of the you in their language. So avoiding of the you in their language, now you have to find a way to broaden their thinking of how the you stands for them. So they will go ahead and say, so the teacher is actually, I don't think the teacher like me. That's negative one. So they say, I don't think the teacher like me. Okay, that means your child started losing self confidence in the class. The teacher is telling that I should shut up and turn around and this. Okay, that's on the second row. The teacher, you trying to pose it, point the finger at the teacher. So now you see it. Okay, so now the child come back again saying, I'm sad. I don't know if I want to go to school. Now you say, ah, you got rid of all of it. Now you are there standing all alone. You see? So now guess which mom you're not gonna run that to? Me. Because I know the pattern. So if this is in turn goes around to the actual teacher, there's a problem. This poses a problem because whenever it's turned around, the teacher being an adult is almost looked as the teacher is really reckless or very disrespectful to the children at the school. But some of the teachers just do not know this pattern that I told you. They don't know this pattern, so they literally communicate as if they are communicating to their fellow sister, their fellow brother, or a little bit adult child who can understand. You see, this is how it's done. The understanding part of a lot of children do not start where we want them to start as adults. It's almost like I'm telling you and you're going to follow this because we think as mothers, we have to train our children, right? This is how you guys are doing it. Oh, I have to train this child to understand what I'm saying. But the child's conscience, mind, is not even up to that level yet. When you are doing this, you are raising your child, but your child become a big boy of dump. What is a big boy of dump? They grew all right, understanding things that you're saying, but they became a manly boy, meaning their conscience have not actually catch up to how they communicate. So this is how we call what is called mama's boy. You know, I have a mama's boy. Yes, the mama's boy, the mother being smart. I'm gonna tell you, a whole bunch of mothers, mama boys, the mothers are smart. They are smart. Conversation wise, they are great, right? But this hurt their children. How? Because they communicate with the child as if the child is supposed to be on their level of thinking, their level of understanding. And this communication only helped that child because now the child grew thinking he knows everything and didn't know nothing. So their conscience did not get there. Their body get there. They think, but they don't. They don't. And these mama's boys, whenever they go and be with other young women out there, what happens is it's hard for them to live together with the woman. Now, this is what's happening. their conscience not elevated to that extent, they start to blame the the woman that is in the house, where that woman is already thinking you are supposed to be a man on this level, that you're gonna take care of me, you're gonna help, we're gonna work things together, but they can't do it. Okay, so what is happening with them? The mama's boy have grew. Guys, listen, they did not fill the spaces with their hourglass drawing that I do it on the floor. Their pattern, they did not fill those spaces. They now grew up their conversation only with holes everywhere in their conversation. So how do they fill those holes in their conversation? Because they were doing it out of fear, they have built a whole tree that have cracks everywhere around the tree, and it's easy to shatter. So you see, you can shatter a mama's boy in 5 minutes. You can a woman, anybody that have a mature sense, they can break a mama's boy in few minutes. How? Because when you speak to them, you find the holes they're missing. Most of the men that became aggressive in life, most of the gentlemen that grew become angry all the time. The issue they had also is because they now, when it's with aggression, folks only plug. Remember what I was talking about? There's a hole. Folks only plug what in there instead of the ULT that they are missing, what is called understanding. Folks only started plugging their emotions. So now, guess what? They went from using their mental state to now using their emotional state of physical aspect. Like how I feel. So that's where they were only plugging it. So you can speak to a mama's boy and automatically just know. And how do they speak? Man, so let me give you an example. So I really wanted to go get these shoes from Nikes, man. This shoe is on deck. But when I was trying to get it, my girl was telling me that those shoes got something wrong with it. So what I said was, then how you gonna talk to me like that when I'm trying to get me my shoes that feel good, and you out there trying to be all negative and stuff? Did you see what the mama's boy did? They only posed the threat back to their girlfriends that they are the problem to them making a decision on common shoes that they're supposed to wear. Meanwhile, this is what a person who have guys, think about, this is a person who have a mature or don't have spaces in their conversation. If they really grew up full on deck, this is how they do it. They said hi. They come in and you have a conversation. Man, oh, I was talking to my girlfriend yesterday. I bought these shoes. Okay, that's one. I was talking to my girlfriend. I bought these shoes. She didn't like it. But anyway, I just told her that it wasn't good. I continued to wear it. Now look at me now. It's all good. You see? The mama's boy finds it hard that even him wearing the shoes, that because the girlfriend said I don't think it's good, he took that emotional aspect so elevated that now he hates the girlfriend on certain talk, but he's wearing the shoes. When the one that is highly got the communication down, they didn't even pose that emotion aspect of the speech, saying my girlfriend was there. No, they just said my girlfriend didn't like it, but I loved it. And guess what? I'm rocking it. Yeah. So they took the emotion part out. So every time you speak to a person that is a mama's boy, communication wise, they losing that part. They always plug their conversation with an E in their emotions with it. And the emotions that they plug in, really, had nothing to do with the case. Okay. And the emotion only opposite of what they need to learn. Like they are angry, the emotion was what? They needed to be peaceful, because the issue was resolved. So here comes my little girl, and she said all these things about the teacher and all that stuff, right? The teacher might have done it. Who knows, right? But this is how you know it. Because when she talked, she spaced it out and make it a broad emotion, turn it back around, and almost trying to say, well, the teacher didn't do it, then grandma did it, then guess what? I don't want to go to school. You see? So now you have seen it. You are like, okay, this is how the conversation goes, you know? And kids are only, I tell you, 85% of children, they constructed their conversation missing what is called understanding. So they plug what is called fear inside their conversation. Every child wants to speak to you in the essence for you liking them, loving them, making them feel great, awesome, right? And so they are willing to do everything out of their conversation for them to think, understand my vision as a child like this, so that I will be good. You see? So they will do it out of what? Only out of fear. Okay? Children only does it out of fear. And once they do this, if you don't correct it, guess what? They build up on it. And you start seeing it out your homes that is getting worse. And normally we are like, well, if I do this, he gonna go here and report this and this. No, it's not. Okay. So as children grow, you are straightening them up. But don't be the mother who wants to be in a race that you teach the kid all of it. And when the kid gets to a place, they are grown, all right, but they possess nothing maturity in them. I can tell you, I talked to a lot of some folks that I knew, that I talked to them. Every time I talk to them, I'm like, this is like a little girl speaking, man. Like I'm speaking to a 5-year old. Not to dumb them down, but I'm saying the conversation they were having was, it's so hard, guys. It was so hard to listen. And that is my boyfriend, my lashes, my gas, my bill, my head. And I was like, this is draining, you know? Let's have something about some internet conversation, and so complaining, not fixing the problem and not doing it is not going to help, right? So this is what happened. And so what I'm going to tell you is, the if it goes to the teacher, if it's an older teacher, they are experienced. Most of them are experienced, right, with children. They have grandkids like that and everything, so they know. So whenever my child tell me this teacher said this about me and all that stuff, I'm like, no, that person have a grandchild. Okay, they are only doing it according to how they raise their children at home or their grandchildren at home, right? But I can tell you that that's not how, if you put the education system with them, that's not how they're supposed to treat you. And she's not doing it to really do what? To break your emotions. They are only doing it because they say do this and you don't do it. So how do you tell a child? You see, I'm not trying to teach my daughter that, hey, when a teacher tell you something, you better do it. No, you're not gonna get that from me, because that's what a lot of mothers did, that their children were not able to speak in schools because the teacher said, I was this. Well, then don't do that no more. Don't say that no more. Don't talk that no. And then the children shunned from the schools. The children don't say one word. Now the children are going to school quiet because the teacher complained, and now the mother, the child is not scared. When I go back home, my mama gonna say, I went ahead and said this about this, and then I'm kicked out. Meanwhile, this kid is only doing what? They wanted to voice their opinion. Mommy, why is this? How does this work? How does it go? Okay, that's the only way, you know. So this is where I was saying that I would take my daughter out of their education system, and literally in a certain time I will put her online, and I'll raise her in the online school as it goes, because now she will come to a realization that, you know when I was in the school, the teacher was teaching it. When I came here, I gotta do it myself. So let's see how she does it. Okay. But guess what? A friend of mine was saying all this. Oh, the school always complain about my daughter. The school said my daughter is this, my daughter is this, this. And I said, okay, well, how are you treating your daughter? If your daughter already have a gun on them, he said, my daughter have a gun on them. Guys, I don't want to go there. But it's almost like this is what's happening. The child's conversation that adults have with these children is not really. I feel like the people don't know the pattern, so they are always plugging something in for the child. So, like the teacher was, I feel like the teacher doesn't know the pattern, so she's getting frustrated. So she's plugging something into the pattern. You see, when they are plugging into it, sometimes they plug, all the teachers plot what is called sweetness. Let me make it nicer to you and you will calm down. Okay, so they are nice to you and everything, and then you calm down. And some teachers, they plug anger in there, and then they become aggressive and the child comes down. Meanwhile, all you have to do is tell the child, honey, you know, get me that box over there. They're like, oh, this is right here. You say, no, get the one on the top. Then they go trying to get the one on the top. You tell them, ah, you- how are you gonna get that from the top and you can't reach it? And they're like, well, because I don't have no chair. You say, go bring a chair. They come, they bring the chair. Get that thing from the top for me. They're still standing there. I don't know. And then you tell them, Vicky, why was you have to literally make the child experience what you said in a form that they understand and say, oh, okay, so this is why you did that. I will not do it again. You see, and then they get smart on it. So now let's move forward. I had a friend called Shaggy. It's not a friend, it was a classmate. And it was my friend knew the boy. My classmate. The boy come to it was an advocate class. And I had him, I think, in English class. The boy always come quiet. The boy quiet. The boy don't speak to nobody, but his hair is covering all his face, and he was so skinny, very very skinny. So the boy come and he just don't talk to anybody. He sits at the back, and he was tall, and everybody's, he keep failing his class. So he failed. We came, man, I can't tell you how many times that boy failed the class. He failed class all the time. Okay, so this is where the issue came in. He was failing his class. When we got there, he had failed. When I came in there, what I realized was Shaggy had a very very nice voice, but Shaggy was shy. Why? I'm gonna teach you today. Shaggy had an adult voice already, and he was with the kids, and the whole school he was the tallest. Do you see this? Shaggy was the tallest in the whole school. Okay, Shaggy's height, whenever he comes out, everybody like, oh Lord. He was tall, even like to the extent of the teacher, the government teacher. So now when the boy is this tall, the boy already have an adult voice. Meanwhile, the other boys don't really have the adult voice yet. You know? So he has it all. And he is a man already. He's an adult, literally, because of how his height is. And so he hide his face and bow his back. What is bow your back? He tried to make himself short that no, he will be on the same height as all the young men that comes to the school. And I was looking at him, guys. I think I have my eyes is like, I don't know. I don't know. I just, it's like almost like I zoom into him and I start observing him, and almost like I need to write it down in a book. That's how I am. It's like I zoom in here and let me go here and see it and fix it or something, and I go there and I get away from there. So I zoom into him, and I said, "Huh, the boy is doing something in the class in the school. The people don't see it. What is it?" The boy is shy of his appearance. Yes, he was shy. He was failing school because of just how he looked. Yeah. So, guys, I was a little bad. This is how I did it. I see him. I said, "Hey, man, you okay?" Nobody want to talk to the guy because he's tired. He's there. I go there. "Hey, man, how you doing? Everything okay?" Yes. Hey, so he don't speak. Guys, I talked to all the men that was the young boys that was in the school, or men that was in the school, that almost like they always needed self confidence speech. And I did this. Look, this is what I did. I went. I said, "Hey, Shaggy, you okay, man?" He said, "Yeah." I said, "Hey, cómo estás, Shaggy?" He said, "Good." I said, "Speak Spanish, bro. And why you don't speak Spanish?" "Ah, no, I don't, this." And then he literally like hide his face. When you're speaking to him, he don't look in your eyes. He just looks somewhere else. He said, "I'm just good. I'm good. I'm okay." And he said, "Hey, man, how's everything? How's class?" Yeah, and then he has a stab on his hand and everything. I was like, "Okay, bro, man, your hair, brother. When are you gonna cut it?" You know? And he's like, "I don't know, man." I said, "Man, you should cut it. You look really good." And he's like, "Nah." He's like, he don't. The boy don't even speak. I'm telling you, the boy don't speak. He don't speak. He just do his hair like this and that, and then just go about his way. And so every time I see that Shaggy is like this, and me, I'm gonna make Shaggy be okay in the class. Guys, I think I was the child that I was an investigator child. I was there like, no, I'll make sure Shaggy's okay too in this class. So I was like, "Hey, bro, this hair. And I said, "Shaggy, and I tell my friend, Shaggy is very handsome, man, but he has this hair." He has this hair, and he don't want to speak. The boy had a beautiful voice, and he hides his face. He don't want nobody to see him. He goes sit behind the desk all alone, and he's so short. And literally, a lot of people are looking at him like, "Oh man, like this boy right here." And I said, "No, but that's not good. I'm gonna do it." So I did. I every day, "Hey man, how you doing? How you doing?" And then I try to tell one of them, saying, "Hey, no, that's not how he is." So all of a sudden, another boy come in there, Hispanic boy also come in there. And then now he was now able to play with Shaggy. So now Shaggy had somebody to speak to. All of a sudden, one day Shaggy come in the class, his hair was cut off. The boy cut his hair. Everybody was like, "Whoa!" The boy cut his hair. You see, the boy cut his hair. The whole skin. You see, and guess what? Whenever he cut his hair, and now I'm gonna teach you a lesson. When the boy cut his hair, and everybody was giving him comments, guess what he said? He started, instead of him coming to the class bowing his back, and now guess what? He's now talking to my little friend. "Hey, hey," saying hi to my little friend Bianca next to me. "Hey, hey, how you doing? Hey, hey, how you doing?" And all of a sudden, the boy stopped bowing his back. He used to bow his back like he was like, he was bowing his back. And I was like, "Oh my God, it's gonna end up making him older." But when he cut his hair and he got all the confidence coming in, he started standing tall. And guess what's happening? Boys the boys that were now coming to the school, they were tall. So guess what? We had tall guys coming to our class that we rotate. So now he was not the only one that was so tall. He was now sitting with two, three other boys that was like his height. That was like his height. So now he gained the confidence. Now guess what Shaggy was doing? He was speaking in the class. He was speaking in the class and he passed his class. And I was like, uh-huh. His hair, his hair, and his appearance. He thought everybody was making, he was taller than everyone. And he tried to bowl his back. But now the tall boys, and look, my friend who came to the school was real tall too, right? And so now all of a sudden Shaggy, I think Shaggy moved. They move or something. I don't know. They moved something like that, or she moved. It was weird, but he gained his confidence out of my friend. I think my friend moved one of that. He gained his confidence out of just cutting his hair, just other kids associating with him on who are on the same height, and then now he became happy. You see, now he became happy. Now he passed his course. Whenever he speak, he has confidence that okay, this is it. So this is why I was saying that whenever you are in the school as a teacher, or as a teacher, or as a mother, you got to associate things for your child to see that, oh, the way mom you're gonna say it like you said to another adult, your child will not get it. If you force it upon your child is only going to have a conversation that have potholes in there. But when you associate it with, okay, you see what this is, if you do it this way it would have been nicer, you'll be good. Guess what's gonna happen? The child now saying, okay, now I don't want to do that, let me change it, let me do this. Secondly, I don't want to go all too deep for you here. Secondly, I had a young I have one that I wanted to tell you. But this is how the whole conversation runs. This is another one that my little girl was doing. Mommy, can you buy me this? Can you buy me this? You know, first what folks do was they whoop their child in the store. They whoop their child. Some of them drag their child literally. I saw videos of people doing videos of them literally dragging their child crying, boo 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 boo, and all that stuff outside before they come over. So my child was doing this. So I said, no. If I'm gonna raise you, I'll make sure you do the opposite. So what I see folks doing is, Ma, um, I really want this Nintendo game. Mom is like, well, if you do this chore, everything I'll get it for you. And then the child didn't do the chore, the mom go and get it. Oh, mom, I really want a chips. And then the mom go get it. Mom, I gotta go get this. Mom, I gotta go. And I said, ah, this was how the children that I was seeing they were doing. They were always getting. Their mothers were giving. You know. Meanwhile, across the other continents, this is how we grew up, and that is, you tell your mom you like something, yes, but you don't say get it for me. Guess what you and your mom do? Oh, okay, that looks real good. When I get money, I'm gonna get it for you. It's not that your mom don't have the money. Your mom wants you to learn what's called patience. Uh, patience. This is your child always asking for what they want. It's called the patience game of raising a child. And that is, don't go ahead and give in. Let a baby run around. Let a baby realize, okay, not everything comes in just gold spoons or silver spoons. Everything comes with what is called, everything comes not for free. Let's give it short. Not everything is gold spoons, not for free. So you are going to learn what is called Today I'm not getting it for you. Tomorrow I will. We came to the store to get one item, don't get three. You see, and this is what I was seeing. So I said, okay, now I'm going to teach my daughter that. So we go to the store. They're going to run around. Oh my gosh, I got to see that. I want this. I want this. At the end of it, I'm like, nope. Mm, we get two, item three, we leave. That's it. You see? And I don't take them to the store every single day. Why? Because that's how they get spoiled every day. Hey, I gotta go to the store. I have to go get. No, 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 no. That's how you get spoiled. You see, so the kids were literally growing up thinking everything they want, their mother is supposed to get it for them. They already got it. My mama gonna get me this. You see, and how do your kid starts becoming a thief? I'm gonna tell you. Mm, mm. How do a lot of kids become a thief? Going outside, doing a lot of things with other folks just to get it. This is it. The kid only felt as if their needs are not met according to how others were presenting themselves. So other kids were coming in. People were giving their child $20 to come to school, and the child is in first grade. You are like $20, man. All you need is $1.50 or $2.50. You go to the school and you give only $2.50, and that's it. People are like, well, I gotta let my son eat and lie. I got because I didn't have it. You see, that's the problem we have. A lot of folks always say, I don't have it. So therefore, I got, yes, you got to, but don't do, it's almost like, don't reverse you not having it to make your child have it in the sense that your child now did not gain any lesson from it, thinking money falls on tree. And this is the problem where a lot of people that were rich, that had more money and everything, their children took it so easy that now when those children came up, they feel so privileged that it doesn't really, it's like, oh well, my mama gave me, so yes, yes, yes. And that's how some kids came up like that, you know. And then I'm going to also tell you folks, there are some kids that you think they have it all, they are so rich and everything, and you get to their house, I'm telling you on the dot. You know, you get to their house and guess what's happening? The mother is paying $4,000 for education. 4 grand that private schools were charging them. 4 grand for this, 4 grand for that. And you would think the child, they have so much money they can eat whatever. No, but this is what's happening with the privileged kids. What they were missing at home was actually the sense of understanding things. They grew with everything, right? But where the understanding belongs is not, they have not seen the pain, the lack of resources, they have not seen it much. So they grew like that, you know, making you think, oh yeah, they have it all. But trust me, deeper, because those kids didn't get understanding, do you know what happened? Most of them, they were suffering inside. Yes, a lot of privileged kids that you meet, they suffered inside. They suffered inside. One is they suffered in silence because the whole world or people thought they had it all. These kids suffered in silence. How do I know this? Because I learned it from experience. You see what I'm saying? I said, oh God, like literally take me to a place and I learn and I get out of that place. So I learned it from experience. The kid, had everything, but he didn't really have what me and what I'm saying. Like, I don't have it, so I have to always teach my kid, understand that you got to have gratitude, understand that not everybody have it. Go through this. Today no lights on, tomorrow no water. Now you feeling like this. You understand it. When they didn't understand it, it posed this to these kids. It's called, I have a word for it. It's almost like suffering in silence. When they think that, okay, they go out there, everybody is saying we are rich and everything and we are good, but in here my mama don't have time to even cook for me. My mama, guys, I interview a lot of my mama don't have time for me to cook. And I went to a place where I cook pancake for the kid. The kid was so pancakes. This kid was excited. This kid was super excited about just doing pancakes and literally talking. And I was like, wait, what is wrong? And me trying to teach her, like, yeah, so this, and she trying to teach me some arts. The kid was, I was like, oh my god, this kid is thirsty. This kid is almost like starving for like a bond, somebody to bond with. But she had the dad, she has a mom, but the kid was suffering from that. And I was sitting there like, man, this is not good for this child. You see, this child, it's almost like needs somebody that's willing to teach her, yeah, let's go cook, do this. The way the child have a conversation, I was learning that she was missing a lot of the her conversation. She said it because she's speaking, but it was out of fear. And she was missing all these potholes. I said, no, no, the child is going to grow up being really shy. Yes, and guess what? The child was shy. The child is going to grow up really shy, and it's going to be hard for her to express herself with others. So now this is what happened. The mother, they have registered her in a lot of programs and everything. See, the child is getting along. But I was like, no, she got it all. It's beautiful. Everything is all. But this kid is missing what I will call, you see, the understanding part of the ULT. That little part, the kid just don't know how to bond it together. So they went ahead and have all the experience with and go outside. The mom always think, go and be ballerina, go be this, go register for him. No. But inside the home, the child is lacking the bond of communication, the understanding part of family, that communication part. The kid didn't know it. You see, it's like they kind of have idea, but they don't know how to. So all of a sudden, this is me. I left the kids there. I left their house and everything. I visit back again, and I realized the kid is growing now, but she now liking certain things. I said, oh, she's going there, and I said, oh Lord, you know. You see, so now this woman having all this to the child. Now the child is coming up, but she's now thinking, I gotta always laugh. We're looking at something now. Everything starts to be funny, and some things that you think is funny, the child thinks is funny, and this is not. And you are like, that's not funny, and she thinks it's funny because why? She don't have somebody with her that's gonna say, hey. You see, because the mom is busy. She got to work to take care of the whole house too. And these are rich folks. And I was like, no, baby, she's missing that. So, what I want you to see here is you learn a lesson from me today. And the lesson you learn is that you see, you would think somebody is privileged. So, you go ahead and said, this person is privileged. They are all privileged and everything. And look, that kid might be privileged, but that kid is going through almost a heightened level of pain of not having nobody to bond with them, to actually show them how to understand the world, than you, who have it all, I mean, who don't have it all, but understand the world. It's a cycle of you and him pulling each other. You all are saying yeses. It's just that one of you, both of you don't connect to see where each other yeses is coming from. One is like, well, I'm going through so much pain. I don't have no money. I've lost it all. But you have gained um what's called experience education for your kids. You have experienced all that for your kids. When the person that got the privilege, they didn't experience nothing. The kid grew up and became the big boy. Yeah, it's called a big boy attitude. They became big, not a man, but a boy. You see? So now he is actually suffering more than you. How? He can get everything that he wants, but he don't know how to understand the world. So guess what happens to those folks that become big boys? It is big boys. Guess what they suffer from? They suffer easily with aggression and stress. Anything small stress them up. They throw temper tantrums. Okay, they would throw temper tantrums in a way that you will be shocked. Why? Because the big boy don't understand how to connect his perspectives to other people's world. So he's missing that part and he has already grown with it. So when you see a privileged kid, don't say you are privileged and no, 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 no. You have to do it on a reverse mode. They are privileged, all right, but they are deep down. Those kids are suffering. Just how do you see it in your viewpoint? Your viewpoint, you got somebody to cook you mashed potatoes. Y'all can go outside and dance all day long. Like me and my daughter, we'll go outside, we'll dance, we laugh, we do all that stuff. Hey, Uncle Bobby, you can call somebody, you can do all that stuff. But guess what? Those kids, their own house, they cannot just go outside and play. Oh. How is it? Because they are thinking the neighbor is going to look at them. So going outside, they gotta make sure they put on the fancy clothes. Yes. They gotta make sure when they go stand outside, nobody's taking pictures of them from another house. Guys, I was there. You will be shocked. You are like, hey, how you guys living? You'll be shocked. And so the mother loved me so much. She was like, I wish you would come. You come here every day. Because the child needs someone. And I'm like, but I'm grown. It's just that you look at me as a 12-year-old, but I'm really grown. I got my own kid. Bring your child, bring your daughter. You see, so what was happening is this: the child bring privilege that you think, man, that's a privileged child. People got to go to college, and I didn't get to go to college. You look at it, and you're like, no, that's a lie. The privileged child is suffering deep inside. He is suffering. Nobody can tell. Why? Because look, he got to act according to the riches of his mom and dad. This kid is in deep trouble for society. Let me take my glasses off. Let's get some ice cream, guys. This kid, hmm, guys, eat some ice cream. This kid is in deep trouble for his society. These kids, you see, if you don't take care, can hurt themselves or hurt others, and then we'll be like, wait, but the whole family, they were rich, they had all the money. I can't believe this kid would do such a thing. I can't believe this kid would do such a thing because the kid did not have somebody with them teaching them, hey, like me and you, they don't even comprehend it of how it can hurt you. You see, so now when you see them, this is how you look at them. Stop saying they are so privileged and they got all the money And they got, guys, yes, they do got the money. They got the houses, they got the cars, they got, guys, that was the first, they got everything, right? But guess what? They don't have the connection. They are missing like a family connections of understanding their own perspective, what they stand for, and how to be with others, how to treat with others. They are only being raised on, how do I pretend to be good? How do I? The kid was, one of the kid was crying to me. I don't want to go to Mars. I don't want to go to I think they had to take him to go to the church or whatever, and he's like, no, I don't want to go, because it was like some kind of Catholic thing that, and the kid didn't want to go, and the kid wanted, and I was looking at the mom like, have you ever talked to the boy why he don't want to go there? But he's like, and she was like, no, it's church, it's good for him, he got to go, and it's good for them. And I was like, you see, so yeah, that came in. And so what happens is, I looked over, and the sister, they had a sister too, and I said, God, these kids need something within them. It's almost like they need another extra person or a friend, like, you see, that is outside of even their culture or how they are used to, and they see how it is out there. You see, I play my music and my African music. The kid was excited. Let's go to the swimming pool. Let's go here. Cause it's like it's almost like they needed somebody there who can speak their language, because they feel like their language they are speaking, their mother don't understand. You see? So a lot of privileged kids, you see, I can tell you 100% they suffer in silence, because you feel like their family have are so rich, they got everything. Yeah, they build it for the child, but the child is in there having it all and lacking what is called the experience of the outside world, which is actually a gold. Is gold, because you don't see it, you take it as something that's really, really, really negative. You see, it's almost like we never appreciate what we have unless it's gone. That's what I always say. You don't appreciate folks unless they're gone, unless they have been hurt, unless they have been battered. And that's what happens with the poor communities. Yeah. A lot of poor communities, a lot of middle classes go through this issue. What they don't have it, but they have all the experience that they could have. They can go to dollar store. They don't care about what they wear. They are happy. Hey, let's dance. Let's chat it off. Hey, I can't wait. You got that life. It's called having life, experience of life, without saying, okay, this person is gonna mess my family name. This person is looking outside. They can take a picture of me. Like, she can go to the swimming pool behind the house because you think the neighbor's house is so big they are standing on the balcony. You see, the kid is doing that. So now I want you to now start seeing it. The privileged kid is not different from you. You got the lively in you. Hey, experience, let's do, hey, you can do all of that, but you don't have it, right? And him have it all, but he can't do it. Which one would you want? Which one would you want? Tell me. Would you rather have a life with everything, but you really have to watch what you step, where you sit, what you do? Every day you have a policing behind you. You are scared of literally coming up with you are scared of literally coming up with what's called records, what's called disgrace. You have to always protect the family name. It's the family name. I gotta. Oh, I can go here. Oh, yes. Do you think that's an easy life to live? No way. That's not an easy life at all. That's almost like that's not an easy life. It's a life where almost like you have went to get a job thinking to feed your children, but After you get the job, you realize that your manager will stand on your neck, almost like those people that work at the airport, customer service. When Avis, whenever you have to, you are sitting down, and your manager have the camera on you, looking at you, or your manager standing next to your neck behind you, literally saying, "Did you click zero? Did you click one? Did you lift a finger? Did you stop a finger? Did you poop? Did you pee? Did you look up? Did you look down?" It's almost like you have that. Do you think it's easy? No, because every time you are like, I feel like, okay, this, you are policing me. That's not good, right? It's not at all. You don't gain anything called freedom. Your freedom is restricted. Okay. So now I'm going to teach you. Okay. And that is this. Now, when you go outside, you are rich in a whole lot of things. And the privileged child is lacking a lot of things. You see? The privileged child is lacking a lot of things. So stop always looking over there. I'm trying to get this. This is called, those folks that have this is called the spirit of envy. You envying others because of where you say, well, they are very privileged. They are over there and they have everything. Yes, yes, they do, right? They did. But remember, their children are suffering in vain. Most of them, their children are suffering. The family connection, some of them can't even sit on the table and eat straight. I'm telling you, they can't. Some of them, their children disrespect them anyhow in 2 minutes. Whilst you get your child saying, "Yes, ma'am, I love you. No, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. Let me open the door for you." Yes. You understand? So today, from today onwards, if you are here on my channel, this is what you have to learn. Let me speak in the essence where this child will understand my viewpoint. How do I do that? Don't say, "Hey, little girl." No, you have already dumbed down that child. Speak to the child. "Oh, look at that. That is so cute. I love those shoes that you got on. Oh, I wish I could have that too." Hmm? They're like, "Oh, really? My mama get it for me. Really?" Guys, any kid that I came across, I could I could make them happy. I'm like, "Oh, my mom, I really wanted those shoes too." They're like, "Really?" Say, "Yeah." So where did your mommy get it from? "Oh, from the store, from Walmart." "Wow, I wish they have adults." "Oh my god, that is so good on you." First, you break the barrier. Okay, the kid now feel adorable. Folks were not even giving their children comments. Can you imagine people going outside telling other people's kids, "God bless you"? Guys, this is what I saw in United States, that this thing have to stop. If you are here on my channel, stop doing it. Somebody sneeze, eat him. "God bless you." Ah, Jesus. I said, what's going on with the sneeze? Somebody just sneeze. Everybody's like, "God bless you." I said, let me back off. I said, who came up with this culture? That folks sneeze and say, "God bless you." You ain't gonna get it from me. When you sneeze, you're supposed to say, "Excuse me." Why? Because hey, you let all your breath germs out. Excuse me for making a mess. That's how the English system is. You sneeze, you say, "Excuse me." In America, you sneeze, you say, "Thank you." Oh, Lord, I said, the devil is a liar. The devil is a liar. You know? Like I said, I saw one lady sneeze 15 times in a row and she got "thank you, thank you, thank you" in that whole process. "Hit him, bless you, hit him, bless you, hit him, hit him, hit him, bless you, bless you, bless you, bless you." And I was like, man, where's the God here? Oh gosh. This is what America do. The folks say "bless you" for people sneezing. And so now I'm gonna tell you how it got worse. that I was like, I gotta move, man. I gotta get out of. The kid comes and say, and then they sit down, and then they sit down, and everybody's like, "Girl, you fool, man. You all food up. Girl, you all food up. You ate a lot. Ooh, Lord." I said, and when people do things like this, I just walk off. I just get up and walk. I just get up and I just walk to the bathroom or go outside. Cause why? I said, man, what is this? You just came. "Ah, ooh, I'm full, man. I want to eat this food. It's all good." Ooh, Lord Jesus. And I'm looking at them like, what's going on here? So everybody was saying, people bobbing is all, that's cute. Ooh, boy, you ate a lot. Instead of them saying, no, man, whenever you burp, man, say, excuse me, or cover your mouth. And then that didn't stop. It came up with the farts. Oh, Lord. I was like, I'm through over here. Guys, I'm done. I'm done. And then this just farting away, farting away. I was like, who does that? Just farting away. And then after that, after folks do it, they say, oh, I ate some yesterday, made my stomach hurt. I said, get out of here with this mess. That's a lot of mess. You understand? That's a lot of mess. Folks are farting, folks are burping, folks are. I said, who is out here literally making folks run around, walk around? Like, I don't know. Tell me. You see, I was telling my brother, I was a brother. Guys, if you are here on my channel, if you are male, let me tell you, if you start doing this, every female, I give you maybe 2 years, literally, they will literally go for another man. I'm gonna tell you. This is how they do it. You see, first you are snoring a lot. Can you imagine dating somebody? And then I'm like, oh my gosh, I cannot sleep. You snore like crazy, like you snore the whole place, and then it's like, okay, get this thing over your nose. Yes, okay, that's gone. It's like, well, I have a headache. Well, why don't you go to the doctor and get it here? Okay, no, they don't. They can't. You don't want to go to the doctor. That's fine. And all of a sudden, from the snoring to throw up. They come doing this. And you are like, hey, you want to date me? Yeah, bro. You cannot be barbeing everywhere like that. Can you imagine? They are like, well, that means you don't want me to live my life. You don't want me to live my life. I said, hey, every female, I can tell you, the females that tolerate you in this manners, that female, guess what happened? They really did not actually grow up with their you being able to express it properly. Because me, I tell you, my you is on point. I actually slide it to the right a little bit and left a little bit. So it's a U left and then become S and I sit it down. It's not a U no more, it's an S mode. So don't come out here. Man, this was what a lot. This was what some of the men were doing. It's barbecue. They got barbecue sauce all up on them, burping, farting, doing all that stuff. And I said, no, brother, that's not what you do to keep a woman. If this is why I said, man, a lot of women are walking around literally, they cannot tell a man. And women complain about this. They are like, oh my gosh, I can't stand that, but I can tell him I need a man anyways. And I was like, hey, you can't tell you can tell this guy about his attitude, but you need a man just because of This is called no, no, but girl, he's all good and everything. I said, but he don't have no manners. When somebody don't have no manners, guess what? It's so easily for them to smack you if you they get angry. Yes, they don't have what's called manners. Manners means, let me not take it that far. Let me not take it to that extent. It's hard for them. You understand? And so these manners that I'm talking about also came from teaching kids as they grow up. You see, we teach them, open the door for me, close the door for me. No, 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 no. This is how you gotta teach a kid. You go with a kid, you slam the door, let them stay back there. Hey, open the door, mommy. No, why? Well, I was coming with you. You didn't open it for me. Oh, okay, ma. You reverse it for the child to see that it was not good, so he don't do it next time. He do it for you. He do it again. You do it back. You understand? So this was what was going on. People were barking, farting, yeah, well, doing all the nasty stuff. To, just, just that. It's like you sit in a car to go date somebody, and then you sit in their car, and then they fart, and then they open the window down. I'm like, no, you're supposed to close the door when it's coming, park someone on the side, and go do that stuff, and then yes, just respect your partner, whoever's in the car, whoever is there. You see, because you think it's my car, it's everywhere. If you do this, guess what? Ain't no woman want to be next to you. They look at you like, ugh. Ugh, they get bored faster. Women always have um this sense of mannerism where they like to keep that in check. But I can't tell their men. They were suffering inside. Guys, I'm telling you, they were suffering inside. One lady told me, she was an older lady, and she's like, I went to date this guy, and oh my god. And I said, why? Sarah, he's a little boy. I was like, why? Oh my God. So he got he got everything, but I said, what? The attitude, ugh, baby. I can't do it. I said, what? You are going on a date. You are screaming about football. You got guys, you are going to show how you are a big ass football fan. If I meet you, you start talking about I'm a big football fan and basketball fan. I watch it every day. I'm like, bro, it's time for somebody else. uh-uh. You're not gonna be inviting everybody to come watch football every Sunday in my house. You understand? These men were literally, some men were going out there talking to women, te- talking about the whole 9 yards of the whole game. I was like, hey man, you ain't got no game. You came to meet a young woman. Let's talk about football. Oh yeah. So do you like this football? Do you like this soccer? This person is really good. Have you ever seen this person? What do you call it? This basketball player, this player. And I'm like, yeah, what happened with this one? Think about it, guys. These are things that folks were doing. They go dating, they were expressing things way higher of. It's like that's not the conversation I want to have. And a lot of women was telling me, they were like, Sarah, the men are there, but when you go when you go out with them, they want to ask you about your it goes on and on and on. Some of them, can you imagine a girl meets a guy 2 days, send me a picture. Picture of what? You naked. Oh Lord. You are like, hey, for what? Oh, I just because you're so pretty. You so no man, I can't do that. Think, bro. And then when you send it, oh, you send a picture of you being a skirt. I used to do this a lot. I send a picture of me being a shorts and this. I know that's not the picture I want. I want everything. No, and why I saw this guy, actually that I was working with, and he showed me videos upon videos upon videos of women. And I said, and he said, all of them do this. I said, no, man. You see, the just from him saying that, and then later on, he's like, hey, I like you. And I'm like, hey, you are willing to tell me about how you have smashed somebody, how you used to date this person, how you used to date this person, for me to think you are cute and I should give you a chance? You got me messed up. Guys, if you are here on my channel, please don't do that. Just because you met a young lady, a new person, don't means go out there, start saying, um, guess what, man? Did you watch Nicki Minaj's new concert video that came? Exactly right there. You said, boy, you what's going on here? You see, when you meet men that start to talk like this, oh God, guys, I have had it. I've had it. Let me end this video. Today is a funny day for me. I had it. Guys, it was funny. Okay, that means these men, they were not, they have only plug in their pattern. They have only plug what is called acceptance. Okay, so because they want you to accept, you to accept them, they now have the plug. When their plug they are given, it's almost like to deny who you are. And when they deny who you are, this is where the woman that was slow came in. When a man deny you of your essence of who you are, the slow women were trying to prove themselves. Yeah, you're gonna catch this one. The slow women were trying to prove themselves. Oh, because you said I'm not cute, I ain't got no boobs. I'm gonna show you that I got boobs and I got hips. So they get money, they gonna go get a new boob, they're gonna get new butt, and then oh, you looking at them, hey man, I just got this boyfriend and everything. He don't like me and everything, but I wanna, I said, hey, you see, because that man, you are not his issue. The issue lives within that man. The issue is he grew up not being able to construct his own words according to the greatest patterns that were made. And so he had played on the pattern board for so long that now he went ahead and create a brand new pattern board that had nothing to do with the actual first pattern board that he was following. You see? So he has put his fear up so high that the fear have elevated to what is called self-denial. But the self-denial, he doesn't do it to himself. He point the gun at you. Remember what I was talking to you about? Meaning, don't point your finger at me, point up. Okay, the sky is the limit, and there is no limit to the sky. It only curve. Okay, so it go up and then it curve back, and then you go to another place. That's it. So I was like, it's only a curve. The sky is not the limit. The sky only bends. So this is where the person start pointing fingers at you. This is where my little girl started pointing the fingers at my mom, right? Started pointing the fingers now at the school that she don't want to be there. Meanwhile, guess what's happening? Communication part that she's coming up with. Guess what was missing in there? She was starting to drop. She was starting to drop her you part. You see, once you catch this, if you don't fix it, your child ended up growing up and dropping out of school. This is the issue that I had. When mother said my child dropped out of school, I was like, huh? How? How does your child drop out of school? because they only 17 years of age, 18 years of age. How do they then drop out of school? They are like, she don't want to go to school no more. When I drop her, she get out of school. I was like, wait, at the school they don't have nobody that literally say you can't get out of school. He don't do his homework, so he don't do his homework. He don't do anything. And then guess what? When I come home, I gotta be the one. And I said, no, you are not raising this child. You are only doing this to this child. You are only feeding the child. You have a grown and old woman in your house. That's just eating away. An old woman, how do I call it? Avatar in your house just eating away. Okay? You are not raising, excuse me, you are not raising your child, okay? You're not raising this child. You are only feeding the child, almost like chicken food, okay? So, just like I told you, the almost like the privileged kids. They got raised up all right by everybody looking at them. Oh, they are so privileged, but deep inside, like, no, they are not. And me, it's almost like the opposite. Okay, it's almost like the opposite. How? Because I don't have it, but folks see me, they feel like I have everything. I was like, no, I don't have it. What do you see on me? I just have my talk, my conversation that I can talk to you and help you out and tell you, hey, I'll give you some food, brain food. I'm going to enrich you. I want you to feel better. I want you to look at life in another way. People, that's all I have. Okay, so from today onwards, you learn the pattern. Go ahead and go back to Google, Google the pattern, tape it on your wall, tape it on your children's wall or wherever. And every day you're talking to them, just follow the steps with your eye, how it's played, because that's how I have to follow it. So you too, you should do it. You go 1, 2, 3, pattern 1, 2, 1, 1, 2. Okay, that's the communication problem. The communication pattern for children. Okay, and they learn this. So if you don't learn to cut them off from the game that this child is playing, he is only going to plug something in. I wanted to go ahead and tell you how wherever they do the plug, how easy it is for you to find it in the pattern. The kids go ahead and remember it was 3 blocks from the beginning, two on the top of the three, and then one come out, and then the other two. So how did the child once it gets it has to now, since he started going up and now have a big block on the top, how he turned himself around to come back to escape the ladders and come out, right? This same thing that I did for you, the pattern is also called the birthday cake. Okay, the birthday cake pattern. Okay, what they really, it's almost like they are eating the cake and want it in the two. Okay, so they give you the oh mom da, so they can get their reward. So don't give in so easily for children, like, oh, let me go ahead and, oh, let me go ahead and 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 buy you this. Let me go, no, 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 you make them, no, but I wanted this, I wanted that. Okay, so let's end this one, and I will teach you how the kids were becoming thieves and all that in the other video. Okay, I think we ran out. We were going on the left. We ran out a little bit. Let's go to the other video. This is gonna be part 2. I love you all and have a wonderful day.